Hello guys, it's Jim Cuba with Mr. Cuba's Car Culture, and I'm here with my buddy James Fung. So James and I have known each other for many years. We used to, when I lived in Texas and he lived in Texas, we actually worked together at a chemical plant years ago, got to know each other. We're both into cars, and we just kind of wanted to talk about cars and why James is actually out here in Southern California. This position and where we're at may look familiar to you. My previous video that we did of my Roadster was in the same location. We were in the Los Angeles National Forest up in the Mount Baldy area. It's a little bit warmer day today than when we shot the Roadster. We were very cold that day. There's some snow up on the mountains. It's a beautiful day. James has this 2002 S2000 we're going to talk about. And I brought my 2017 911 that we can talk about as well. So James, I kind of wanted to start with you and let's kind of talk about the S2000. Tell us a little bit about it. First off, tell us why you have it now and you know.
Oh wow, yeah. You know, I've been in love with the S2000 since it came out in 2000, and in fact, I have the original one, and I've had an S2000 since then. And I came out to California because I was able to find one in the condition that is. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Met the nicest seller you will ever find. His name is Steve. He lives out here in Southern California. And when I saw it and just started talking to him on the phone, he's like, "Man, I got to sell this car to you." And I just thought, wow, this guy he's just an amazing guy, like one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Came out here, I'm from Indiana, and so, you know, flew out here, visit Jim, and of course, he already checked the car out for me, and he told me, he said, be prepared, it's gonna be even more amazing than you can even think of. And I was like, man, I'm just super, super excited. And for days, I couldn't sleep, and I was just like, you know, it was on my mind. And but anyway, he came out here over the weekend, and we went out, looked at it. The car is in perfect condition. Most amazing thing is, I mean, this is an 02, and it's only got 5,000 miles on it.
5,000 miles.
5,000 miles. And this was, and the reason was, it was a SEMA show car, and Steve was an enthusiast, obviously. He was also an installer of audio equipment. And so back in the day, he'd owned this car for about 6 months. And in that 6 months, had to get it ready for the show. And so everything on here is basically was in a time capsule since 02. And it's just been perfectly kept. It wasn't a daily driver by any means. It was garage kept the whole time. And I just couldn't believe that a car like this exists out here. Everything has just been so tastefully done. I just super impressed. I mean, the wheels, they're 18s. They're tuned by one of the best in Southern California, and Jim even knows the individual
Right.
in the shop that does that.
Shout out to West End Alignment in Gardena. So.
Yeah, that's right.
So this car is not stock. It was a SEMA show car, just like James was saying. So James, pop open the hood and show. Let's take a look at what's under the hood. It's definitely the heartbeat of this car.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. I mean, it's just so clean under here. Amazing.
This obviously doesn't look stock.
It's a Vortex supercharger when they first were making superchargers for S2000s. Steve showed me the dyno sheet on it. And he had it tuned. He didn't tune it for getting it as fast as it can possibly go. And he just wanted something that's just, you know, as quick as you just want to cruise around in. And he said it's tuned at about 340 right now.
To the back tires.
To the back tires.
Which is, you know, that's definitely the way to get, you know, true power.
Yeah. Super sweet. I've only been driving this for maybe 25 miles, 30 miles, and I mean, the country roads, the hilly roads here are just super nice. Car feels great. It just feels super amazing. Handles, it's got the power to get up the hills, getting out of the turns. Man, it's a dream. Absolutely.
So a couple of things to go along with it. I know that he had put different coilover shocks and adjustable suspension. I've driven this car personally myself, and to me it drives as comfortable as a stock S2000, but I forgot the brand.
H&R?
H&R.
Made in Germany?
German shocks and springs. It does have the Yokohama Advent AO52s, which are pretty hot tire available right now. So I'm sure it handles great.
It sure does.
A couple things that I know about it, and if you don't mind, James, I'll just chat on a little bit. It's got HKS exhaust system, which is not over the top. This car really sounds nice. We could probably do some drive-by shots here in a little bit and just kind of give you an idea of the sound of this. But not only the performance aspect of this car, this car was a SEMA show car. So, and the guy who owned it owned a very big or
it was very well known.
Well known. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yes.
Car audio shop in Torrance, California, and he's done a lot of of show cars for audio systems. So this car has a pretty incredible audio system that we can talk about. And what I like about this audio system is it doesn't it doesn't take away from the car. There's a lot of audio systems that are out there that people put in cars, and it just it takes away from the functionality of what I consider the car to be. This one doesn't. You still have a full trunk. From talking to Steve, because I'm kind of a car audio guy myself, instead of going with the large woofers to make this a heavy thumping sound system, he went for the tight bass, and these are, I think, either 5 or 6 inch focal drivers that he put in here, and it gives it the nice tight bass that he was looking for. And then under this board here in the back, so it leaves this trunk the ability to be able to use it as a normal trunk, but he's got 2 German-made, I never even heard of these before this car, Helix amplifiers in here. I did read some of the details about it. I think this has a 1,000 watt amp for the woofers, and then it's got a 4-channel amplifier for the rest of the drivers that's in the car. Anything else you want to talk about back here?
Wow, this is it. Just a custom built trunk for all of this.
But what I do like about what they have done with this car is the interior of this car still looks basically stock. It's not chopped up. You don't have big speakers showing everywhere. It's just tastefully done. Now, one thing that he did also, because this is a SEMA show car and it was done in the early 2000s, he put this navigation system in, which is in the center of the dash. Very tastefully done, very custom. Because this frame that goes around the navigation system, that was all custom made. None of this was something that was just readily available back then. The doors, he's got focal speakers in them, but they are all nice and hidden. And then also for additional sound, he's got focal drivers that he put custom pods in the kick panels as well. And then in the stock location is the head unit. It's an Alpine head unit. Very nicely done. So, James, anything else? Other than that, we can kind of wrap up, and that's
have some fun.
James's S2000. Like I said again, or he said earlier, 5,000 mile original car. Well, I say original, 5,000 original miles. Definitely not an original car. So, sounds great. And like I said, this is Jim with Mr. Cuba's Car Culture, and we will do some driving videos here in a little bit and go from there.